Hi guys, welcome to my Amped Up Life. This is part 3 where I get my artificial limb. Right now we are in Athens, Georgia, trying to find a place to grab a bite to eat. There's the 40 Watt Club where a lot of artists come and play and get their start here in Athens. Pain and Wonder Tattoos. After a delicious lunch at the grill, it was time to head back to my prosthetist office.
Your liner comes with a tube of this Sensicare.
Okay.
That'll be in the bag. It's a little thicker. You're more than welcome to use it. What we recommend for all our patients is a Vino 24-hour moisturizer.
Okay.
That's got an additive in it that keeps it on the surface of your skin a little bit longer.
Gotcha.
The thing to remember, so we didn't put lotion on earlier because we were casting you, but the goal of the lotion with this liner is to give a barrier between your skin and the liner. So you don't want to work this in until it's completely absorbed in your skin. You want to create a barrier.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and take the shrinkers off.
All right. I see what you're saying about the two shrinkers, because when we went to that restaurant, woo,
Do you hear
the
threads
milkshake
pop?
and the salt and the cheese.
Grease.
Oh,
You can hear the elastic in this thing start
exactly. There you
stressing.
go.
I'm no spring chicken when it comes to these same day turnarounds.
Woo.
I've been burned in the past.
Oh
It's like,
my
what did you go
gosh.
eat for
I
lunch?
had to
Just set that next to you.
walk it off.
All right, so from about here down, we want to make sure we put lotion on.
Okay.
You want to make sure you get the bottom of your limb, the back of your knee. Those are two areas where you'll have a tendency for we call it biting you, but you'll feel this urethane can be kind of abrasive and it'll chafe you.
Okay.
Those are two areas that you want to be pretty aware of always getting lotion. So just kind of a heavy version of what you'd put on a toothbrush.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and work that in. Make sure you get the bottom of the limb, back of the knee, and then just work it in everywhere from kind of like here down. Just go ahead and spread that out.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, hit your elbows. Just put it where you need
A
it.
little bit on the
Whatever you want to do with the rest. All right, so next thing you're going to do, you're going to take this
Okay.
and you're going to reach in and grab it like a sock puppet and flip it inside out.
All right.
That's all right. Just take your time. You'll figure it out. It'll be second nature in a matter of days.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you're going to turn it all the way inside out.
Okay.
Next thing we're going to do is you kind of hold it from the top here. Okay. And we're going to just get some of that in there. And then what I do is I'll take that and put it over my knee. And if you kind of keep the top pinched so it can't run out, then you're just going to kind of roll it, get it spread out all over the liner. Okay?
Okay.
Especially down here at the bottom, you want to make sure you get it where it's going to glide on itself.
Okay.
Okay? So I always recommend pick up some of these cheap towels from Walmart or Target.
Okay.
So once you get that spread out, it looks pretty good. So I'm going to take this towel from you here.
Okay.
Just throw that on the floor. You're going to dump out the extra. You're going to go up the front of your leg. So,
Gotcha.
so you'll get to where you'll do this and you'll just pour it out right like that. Now we're ready to go.
Okay.
So go ahead and bring your leg over. And I'm going to have you roll that on just like we did earlier. Good. There you go. Right on up. There you go. No wrinkles. So you can see this is kind of your this is the line where the lotion is and isn't, right? That's pretty normal. You should kind of see that. If you ever get any chafing up here, it's okay to apply lotion the whole way up. But generally down here is where we have the most forces going on, so eventually this liner will continue to absorb lotion. So you may be able to kind of slack off on the amount you're putting on. We're going to go over this again and again as we go through the fitting process. So today is just day one of this process. Then we're going to come back and wipe all that oil off. And I want you to reach down here with your hands and kind of pull that liner on, just to make sure. So if there's a bubble down there, so if you think about it, if you kind of reach to the back and pull that way, you should be able to kind of force a bubble up here where you can see it. You follow me? So if there was an air bubble hanging out, you want to kind of push it to the front, and then if you see one, you're going to work it out of the liner.
Gotcha.
If there's a bubble in here, if there's an air bubble, and we draw 25 pounds of vacuum like we're about to do, in that environment, vacuum is just a big dumb physics equation, and it's going to pull your skin to the edge of that liner whether there's a bubble or not. What's going to happen is that'll turn into a blister. So if you were to take it off in 30 minutes, it might just be a red, like a hickey or a blood blister. If you leave it on, I mean, it can damage you, but that's why we train you and we kind of take these steps one at a time to go through the process. So you want to make sure we got liners on great, looks great, no air bubbles in it, we're ready to go. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to put a sheath on. So you women might just call this a nylon. All right? In the world of prosthetics, it's a sheath. That's just nylon. So this is going to provide an air wick. So when we draw vacuum, this will come up about here down. It's going to let all the air move because this stuff will seal against things. So this is going to be an air wick that will allow the vacuum pump to pull air out of the socket.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you just have to stretch this on. Always try to make sure there's no wrinkles. Pull that up.
Feel it, yeah.
Pull that up nice and snug. Okay, good. All right. So now we got your socket here. So I want you to reach down and pull that into place.
Okay.
Go ahead and just pull it on up.
Woo!
That's all right.
My knee kind of hurts in my knee a little bit.
That hurts your knee?
I guess it's really just, I guess, something different.
Very new.
Yeah, just different.
I would venture to say you've never pulled one of these on before.
No, I'm not. And does it go where that opening kind of shows the word?
Yeah, that's going to go right up the middle of your kneecap here.
So it shows Autobot.
That's right.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, I've got the brakes.
Yeah, I want the brakes on, but I'm still pushing you for some reason. So let's lock those down.
Okay.
Do me a favor, just hang on to the bars so I can't push you. All right. So the first thing we're going to do.
That is really snug, and that's a good thing.
Yes. So remember, it's toss that strip. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to have you stand up for me using your right leg. So when you're ready, go ahead and stand up.
Okay.
I'm going to bring this underneath you. I want you to go ahead and put some weight over onto that socket. Good. Does that hurt you anywhere when you do that? Okay, lift up.
No, I can't.
Lift up. Okay, put your weight on again. Any pain? What do you?
It's different.
Okay.
It's just different, and I guess like you said, I've never had weight bearing, so this knee feels. I guess it just.
This is the first time you've borne weight since the accident, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And so I don't.
Good.
I've never felt the top part of my knee. It's never.
Okay. So put your weight on again for me. What I'm trying to get an idea of is just where your weight line's going to fall. So what I'm looking at, Carter, trying to kind of make an educated guess of where her femur is. We could assume that's where her weight line's going to drop down through the socket. Okay. and we'll see. It's an educated guess. We might put it on and go, we got to break that off and do it again. So this is kind of the socket's the most important part of the prosthetic. Your alignment's next in line. So that's what we're trying to establish now. So go ahead and put your weight on it again. Good. And we want to see this trim line here, if it's where it should be. It's right at mid-patellar tendon, so it looks good. All right, go ahead and have a seat. Bend that knee for me. Can you bend your,
I don't know.
can you bend your knee? Where are you feeling that?
Right here.
Okay.
Right
Okay.
there at the top.
All right, straighten your leg out. Huh, that's odd.
It's just from the pressure. It's just because I haven't had weight bearing
Gotcha.
on that. So I guess it's some residual.
Yeah, we'll work through it. We'll kind of see how you tolerate it today.
Okay.
All right, so try to keep that socket in place. Can you bend your knee a little bit? And I want you to try to push into me. So
Try to push
Yep,
in.
so straighten your knee out, push into me.
Straighten the knee.
Yep. All right. We're going to go mount this. Let's get a. Did you bring a pair of tennis shoes?
I did.
All right.
They are
We're going to be ready for those in just a bit. Kick that leg up on my knee here.
Kick this one.
Yes, please. Bend your knee just a little.
They're in where bag?
In that big white trash bag.
18 inches. All right, so I'm going to take that from you. I want you to prop this leg up while I'm going. Anything we do to keep it elevated. Seems like you might have had a little too much of that motion, but it's okay.
Uh-oh, did it shake?
Do you need anything?
No. Oh, do you have water? Bottle? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, I'm gonna get her some water.
So when the team left the room, I didn't realize my phone was still recording and captured me talking about my raw initial feelings with my husband. I decided to share this with you because if anyone else has felt this way after an amputation, you're not alone. Wow, I don't know. It hurts my knee. I'm scared.
You haven't.
I mean, I know that it'll happen, but I'm scared that it's gonna hurt when I walk.
All right, so you did good putting on the liner, no problem. So now we're ready. We're going to pull this back on.
Okay.
Good. Gets easier every time, doesn't it?
Okay.
Okay. Bend that knee for me. All right. We're going to push you down in here. Good. All right, so when you're ready, we're going to stand back up.
Okay.
And now you got a leg underneath. Okay. And I know that's a very odd feeling.
It is.
Are you feeling any pain anywhere, or is it just the
This
shock of
It does. That knee hurts.
up here, though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
You know, it could be the fact that you got a big tendon here, so it's good that we're not having any issues here. But this tendon attaches to your quads. Your quads have to fire to keep you upright. So this quad's firing right now to keep you upright. You're putting a tremendous amount of pull on that tendon there. So keep some weight on it for me. I'm gonna roll. So what you do though is you drop into the socket just like you did there. Everything looks good, and then you're gonna get to the point where you can bend down and roll this sleeve up on your own.
Okay.
Is that hurting just me rolling it up?
No.
Yeah, just weird.
Just it's a lot of stuff.
Sticker shock.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just I can't believe I got a foot under here, but
It's huge, right? It's huge. All right, so put some weight down on it. Can lift up. We're just going to keep doing that. Go ahead. You're driving the pump right now, so there's a shock absorber in here. Okay. Can you feel that bounce? Are you able to pick up on that? Is it hurting?
No.
No? So you getting used to this, or is it? Don't tell me it's not. If it is.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going
Go ahead.
on
Have a
right
seat.
now.
Have a seat. Take a breather. Talk to me.
Nothing is really hurting.
This is a big day.
Yeah.
It's a big day.
It is. It really is.
So, see this here?
Mm-hmm.
You're already under vacuum,
Wow.
okay?
Oh, this.
Yeah, you see how it's pulled in, okay? So this is a new model of this vacuum pump that we just started using, and it draws 2 to 3 times as fast as what we used to use.
Oh, wow.
So it's much easier on you. It's super efficient. You already did what you need to do. That leg is hanging on to you.
Wow.
Feel like you
It's
got-
heavy. It feels like a cement block, but I guess it's just I'm not used to
It's exactly what it is.
That weight.
When was the accident?
May 5th.
So we're over 4 months since you've really put that knee and those muscles that control that knee. You're going to get it back quick though. It takes all of about a few weeks of you getting your bearings. So I'm just letting you kind of take it in. Look at your foot.
Yeah.
Put your feet out there. All right, so that's a big step. So what are you feeling? Just the weight of it pulling on this? Okay, so when I do this,
That hurts.
that hurt when I do
Yeah,
that? I mean, I was hoping it would relax it.
It pulls right here on the top.
Okay, and you're feeling
Now,
right?
now it feels
Now
good.
it's better.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna support it, but just going through this range,
Yeah.
Is
I
it-
feel it. I feel that
Okay.
tendon.
and then when we go back this way, it gets better, right?
Yeah.
Well, her physical therapy, it does the same thing.
It does.
Right, and that's with the injuries you had. So let's see if we can just put that foot on the floor. Scoot, if you can, scoot to the edge of your seat so you're not having to
Okay.
bend your knee quite so much.
Okay.
That way you can kind of keep this propped up out here. So that's going to kind of be your happy position right now if you're sitting with a leg on until this is the first time you've really been putting.
Yeah.
Think about the pro athlete that has a Achilles tendon rupture or a quad. The FSU quarterback
Yeah.
tore his patellar tendon last year. So the amount of force that goes through that.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of like you're coming
a
off
rubber
that.
band that's like
you're-
been stretched.
This is like the first day your surgeon let you stand on it again, right?
Yeah. Okay. Wow. This is a lot. This
all
is a
right.
lot.
When you're ready, I want to have you stand back up.
Okay.
Let's just do it again. It's going to feel less weird this time, right? You've done it
Okay.
before, you know what to expect. Just be careful. And for the time being, stand up using your right leg.
Okay.
And take your time bringing that left leg underneath you. Don't do anything too quick. Put yourself in an uncomfortable position. We don't want that. Okay.
I can't believe it's too.
Are you able to put some weight over on that leg? Just nice and slow.
Okay.
So anything
That's
I can
a
get you to
little bit
do,
better.
I'm looking at
That's a little
alignment.
bit better.
So pumps vertical, or there'd be a pylon if we didn't have a pump there. So as she shifts over, we don't want to see that have any kind of lean to it. So it tells us that our alignment's spot on. We got a couple degrees of toe out. So if you drop a plumb line right down through her knee, it'll go right through the big toe. You see that? We don't want it going right through the middle, the third toe, right? What you think?
So it just feels
Is it-
weird.
Yeah.
It feels so weird.
Absolutely.
I'm so used to not having it now till it's just
So hold on to the parallel
weird.
bars. I don't care how much weight you put through your hands.
Okay.
I want you to try to just lift your right foot up off the ground and put it right back down. Doesn't matter if it's that quick.
Which one
That's right.
is the right one?
The
Right.
one you've had all along. It's not a trick question.
Okay.
Just there you go. Lift it up and put it down. Good. Just do that again. Just keep doing that.
Then now, okay, so now I feel more on the sides. I feel,
A lot of pressure or any of them sharp pains.
not sharp,
Okay,
maybe
good.
just kind of pressure.
Let's see if we can draw up some vacuum again. So lift up, push down. Do that again. Good.
Okay, that's starting to feel better.
So as we draw a vacuum up on your limb, that's going to pull you in and bring you out to the walls, and it's going to spread that support out.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
So let's see. There you go. Good. This is where everybody starts. I mean, I wouldn't even look at it like you're further behind. It's a unique case. But with overall physical health and everything, you're going to get this back in no time. Right now, it's just your brain's freaking out, trying to figure out what we just did.
It's like the first time you go scuba diving. Your brain's telling you can't breathe underwater.
Oh.
So let's try this.
Okay.
So I want you just to take a step forward with your right foot.
Step forward with my right foot.
Big step forward. There you go. Good. Okay, and then take that step right back. There you go. All right. It's all right. Do that again. Good. What are you feeling when you do that?
Oh, it's like, okay, so I feel like, so I definitely can tell that this is not my lower leg. It definitely feels like, I don't know, a stilt, I guess that's the only way I can describe it.
Okay.
It feels like I'm kind of, like, it feels like I'm
So move your hands out a little further, kind of nose over your toes. Now take a step forward.
Okay.
There you go. Good.
Ooh, yeah. Funny.
Did you have pain when you just did that?
I think a little bit in that knee is a little,
Okay.
yeah, that knee
So
is
just
weak.
stand up nice and tall. I'm going to check your hips.
Okay.
You get some weight over the prosthesis. Straighten that left knee out for me, best you can. Okay. We look pretty level.
So you don't think it's taller, it's longer than this leg?
I don't think, but we're going to continue to kind of watch that.
Okay.
A lot of patients, when we first put a prosthetic on, now height's
just
the
feels that
easiest
way.
thing. I'm not
Yeah.
telling you no. Height's the easiest adjustment I can make.
Okay.
But it's kind of
feels that way because
you got something under you again. It
Yeah.
could be 2 inches short,
Right.
and you're getting feedback again. So
Yeah.
it's pretty common that people will say it's tall at first.
Okay.
Looking at your hips, that's how we're really going to check things for the most
Gotcha.
part is
Measure.
pelvic level.
Okay.
So, you ready to walk?
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a step forward with your right foot. You got the bars, they're not going anywhere.
All right.
Now so rule of thumb is you should be able to keep a shoe between your 2 feet.
Okay.
You're gonna want, so looking at you right now, your right foot's gonna wanna be right below your belly button.
Okay.
Center of mass, because
Okay.
you've been hopping around with that walker.
Right.
So you're gonna wanna think, so I'm gonna leave my foot here, so take that step forward again and don't hit my shoe. It's almost gonna feel like you gotta take a wide step, so take the step back. Okay. So take a step forward and keep it outside of my shoe there. You see what I mean? So initially you're gonna have to think about, to you that's like I'm taking a wide step. That's dead on where it should be now that you have 2 legs again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does
So-
feel wide.
So now,
Mhm.
let's try to do the same thing with the prosthesis. You're gonna swing through, I want you to swing through and make a heel strike.
So leave this foot here.
Leave it right where it is, hands on the bars.
And do what?
You're gonna swing through and make a heel strike. Swing through. Swing through. Heel strike. Good. Now this foot, remember you got a hydraulic, so as you put some weight down through it, it's gonna go to foot flat. It's not gonna push you forward too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Put some weight down through the prosthesis. You're gonna step all the way through with your right foot. Step all the way through. All the way through.
Ooh, what? Oh, God. Like that.
There you go. There you
I
go.
don't even know what I'm doing.
But remember, you got the strength, you can hop. If I took the leg off right now, you can hop in these bars, right?
Right.
So the hard part is keeping some weight down through the prosthesis as you step through with that right foot.
Okay.
Okay? So try to take steps about the length of your shoe. So let's bring
Okay.
bring that right foot a little further forward.
Okay.
So now we're gonna swing through. Swing through and kick my hand. There you go. Boom. There you go. Keep that knee straight. Step through with the right foot. Big step. Come on. There you go. You're doing it. You're doing it. No matter how slow it is, you're doing it. Swing through. So I don't want you to pick it up like it's a peg leg. Try to bend at the knee like bend your knee, and you're gonna swing through.
Whew, that
Okay?
bending the knee hurts.
And
I think that's why I'm doing the peg leg, because it
and
does hurt.
There's a lot of forces that we're gonna have to kind of monitor with you
Okay.
and see, how you react and how they look over time.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, after it gets used to that weight there, maybe, and keep going.
If you got it in you, we're gonna get it out of you. Good.
Okay.
Good.
It feels funny. It feels so weird.
This is a lot you've done today, though. So are you feeling, is that pain up here in the knee? That's where you're feeling the most of? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like right in, especially right there. That bending.
Okay. I think a lot of that is something that just has to do with that.
Maybe
That
just
quad
the
muscle's attached to that tendon you're feeling. That's where your point is, where that that
Yeah.
quadriceps tendon comes down.
Okay. So it's just getting that muscle.
All right, let's,
strengthen
your
that.
chairs, your seat's right behind you. Let's let you
Okay.
take a breather.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got a leg. I got a leg.
Yeah.
It feels like it weighs as much as I do. It feels like it's a 60-pound cement block under my, that I'm trying to lift with my residual stump. But, you know, as the prosthetist said, over time, the muscle will start to train itself, because it did. It felt like the left foot, the stump foot, it felt like that shoe was a lot larger. And I know that they're the same size shoe, but it felt a lot larger in my mind. So it's just interesting how the mind does all kind of, you know, things to try to process and learn and take in new information and process that information and figure out what it's supposed to do with it. So it's very, very interesting. I never would have thought that this would have been the case, but
You got a leg.
yay, yes.
Until next time, take care. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and click the notification bell, and check out the other parts of this video series.